Did also talk a little bit about momentum, a little bit about if you get behind the 8-ball there, could you actually just kind of right out of the tournament, kind of 1-0 turn into a 2-0, into a 3-0, because nobody wants to go home on a 3-0.
What is this? SK Gaming, the aggressive move straight on in. Amir King has gone straight over to the backs to try and maybe steal some away, but what he does not know is SK Gaming are coming straight on home to look for this Arden. I think for Amir King, he can steal away at least one of these doubles, but there's no way he can look to steal both of them, so he's going to have to be very... Oh, he might be able to actually, because SK Gaming, instead of going straight home to their backs, they went Treant. Yeah.
But they're not going to see Emmer King up in lane. In fact, I'm not entirely too sure that the Blackfeather's shown himself there either. But they are trying to just split their gold options at this point, right? This is a really nice way to counter. If you think that there's a 3-man aggression coming in, and you got that Rona, you got that Petal, that is really something hard to deal with to a comp that has no escapes. You know, Blackfeather's not going to go anywhere early on. Neither is that Ringo.
Certainly. So Ringo, a hero in 2.4 that we haven't seen too much of, kind of fell out of favor, but look at this. Cavalifar going deep. That's a lot of damage, and the fire burning away. Fateless still in lane on this Blackfeather. Going to chuck out one of those on points just for the love tap more than anything. Tyraz, he's Lumen. Tyraz, he loves his ranged CP junglers, and Petal is one that he's played so many times during the regular split.
And when we were actually at the end of that draft, you're like, so who's the CP here for Mousesports? Is it going to be a double? Are they going to split? It will be Fateless into a bit more of that Crystal Blackfeather this round, but he's getting bullied out pretty hard early here. Yeah,
it's going to be his doubles stolen away. Did manage to secure his back healing camp, and you can see that once more it is Amir King headed on over to steal away the doubles of his own. So at least for Mouse, they're stealing away and kind of keeping the gold even. But it's not Amir King you want the gold to be on. It's Fateless you want the gold to be on.
It's still gold going to the team, though. It might not be on who you want it to, but it's not like SK is double dipping, right?
Yeah, no, certainly, but look at the CS differences, just on Mousesports in general. For Fateless, 6 CS, for Amir King, 7 CS. That is usually unseen as far as captain and jungler on the same team is concerned.
But Mousesports realizes that they're just not going to be able to do anything about this early on. Like, between the Munions and Jetpack's there by himself, like, this is just straight out bully. So Fateless is getting what he can. He goes up to lane, he gets that soak, and Emmer King, if he gets those backs, again, you are robbing SK, but it's just the best of a bad situation.
Mouse finally reacting to this invade, sending Great Khali down from lane, but Cavalifar's going to meet him halfway and dive straight on forward. Amir King in trouble. Tyraz can trampoline over and over, and he goes straight on for it. First blood goes over to Cavalifar.
SK with a nice early game bullying comp. Fateless did not even attempt that fight, just pieced, made sure he picked up those jungle, and now he's going to be actually heading back and coming back here in a few. But it just... unfortunately, it's not a comp from Mousesports here that's going to be able to deal with this early on. That's why we have been seeing Emmer King just kind of going across the fold, trying to get what they can, because they realize that this early is going to be real painful for them.
It certainly is. 1,000 gold early lead here for SK Gaming, purely through a bit of that CS they're stealing away. Cavalifar, though, getting dived on Tom. A lot of damage, but he is able to jump away to safety. In fact, may even stay in lane. Has Book of Eulogies, Jetpacks has that Protector contract, and Tyraz and Jetpacks continuously just putting the aggression on, which means that Mousesports can't actually deal with the lane because they are at risk of losing all of their jungle gold.
And there's really no reason for Rona to go anywhere. Like, with those people up in lane, that's going to push, so doesn't actually even have to leave.
Mouse roaming down to the jungle to purchase some stuff up. Not really many massive purchases coming out. Amir King pops his boots. He's in trouble. Tyraz is chasing him on down. Crystal Sentry is here. 4-minute mark means it has spawned. But SK, well, they're deciding they want to just take this away. Jetpack's going to grab the aggro. And there's nothing Mousesports are doing about this. First Crystal Sentry, 4.5 minutes for SK.
I'm rather surprised that the trap there in the bush is actually still going to be ticking. But giving over that Crystal Sentry this early on, right, that's actually one of the bigger tools here for Mouse to have something of a safer jungle. But losing out that life so quickly is not a good sign for Mouse, I'll tell you that.
Certainly not, especially as it's Fateless, the one being bullied on the side of Mouse. That is kind of his only tool to use to survive in the jungle if Jetpacks and Tyraz come a-knocking. So taking those lives away and making sure that when the fights start to happen, the big 3-man fights around the back of that jungle happen, if SK can remove that Crystal Sentry very early on, then Mouse kind of lose one of their comeback tools.
Alright, so Great Khali is actually keeping up with the last hits this round, does pick up the Sora, as Fateless just cut and chunked out, man.
But Tyraz continuously diving forward. That's the Frostburn picked up first for this CP Petal, and she is going to be making sure that if Maus get into an engagement, there's no running away.
Yeah, and this is just, again, piling on the bulliness right there. That Frostburn can pay out in spades. It sets up for Cavalvar, it sets up for Jetpacks to catch up, and they're even just going to be sieging right here.
Yeah, Maus completely out of position as far as rotations are concerned, and SK Gaming looking to abuse that in its entirety. This turret down to just a sliver of health, and SK, they know that the next time Maus are slightly far out, that turret's dead.
So Jetpacks didn't have like a straight 4-minute fountain this time, but even going into the 5-minute, like Emmerking had to go home to pick up his at the 6-minute mark. So that's why this push was able to just do so well.
Developer coming into the lane. Amir King can use that Vanguard to safety, but SK just putting the pressure back onto Maus. They may even look to sit here in lane in a 3v3 scenario to really try and put the pressure on Maus, make sure they're not farming. Instead, what they're going to do is send Tyros back to the jungle so he can keep up in gold. He's got 30 last hits to the 23 of Fateless.
He has kept himself rather far ahead. The 7 last hits of Emmerking haven't gone anywhere lately, and again, that's kind of what you do want to be put in there. He's even going to be trying to freeze out this lane, but K-Val's not going to be having any of that. There's still a power difference here, right? K-Val is looking real strong there in the lane, is actually still leading on top of Great Khali despite that Soro Blade, but Fateless, like without that completed Crystal Tier 3, he's not really contributing much here.
It's Minion Wave being taken down by Maus, so trying to avoid any scenario of a turret siege
Chip away.
here.
Wow.
Chip away, like water in a river, just that stone will eventually disappear, and that's kind of the story of this first turret.
Okay, Fateless is making that rotation, did get himself a little bit of farm. He is level 6, it's huge for him, but with the siege now coming in, it's probably curtains for this turret.
Yeah, that's going to be a Hellfire Brew flying out.
Oh,
Hits a minion. That is not what you want. Cavalifar going to dive forward. That is the first turret going down. And Adagio comes through, but Fateless gets completely destroyed. And he will be just thinking about that alternating current that he hasn't yet completed at this 7.5-minute mark.
Yeah, it's still a little bit of a wish away, but Jetpacks, I got to give him a huge credit for that Versus Judgment right there. They knew that this turret was going to be that mark. Oh, it's not even going to be an alternating current. No, we're just going to go for those big bad hits right there. So Fateless, if he, just like last round with this Scarf on that Shatterglass, if you hit the skill shots, it's fantastic. But when you miss it, you're really throwing a lot of power away.
Yeah, no, and Jetpack's able to use that Versus Judgment, like you mentioned, as a zoning tool. Makes things so difficult for Maus Sports because they've got this kind of composition where Ringo, he's going to be doing whatever damage he can, skirting around the back line, from firing as much as he can, but it's likely not going to be onto prime targets. Whereas Fateless and Amir King on the Arden and the Black Feather, they're going to be wanting to be right up there and personal, getting dirty in the action. And so